So I'm removing the parts of the LiveLance Heaven kit, and then I'm going to review which one that needs to be cleaned up and painted and all that stuff. Some of this is very hard to remove. I don't want to actually break it. But I just want to double check a few things before we move on to things. Especially the gold parts, which I don't know if I should be working on it and making it, you know, solid gold, but it's interesting how I'm going to tackle this. There we go. So something like this, I'm definitely, well, you know, it's not a problem of not painting it gold, everything, but you want to make sure you cover all your bases here, and I want to make sure I cover all of them. Which now I need to do this before I forget. This is a piece of cardboard from a model kit, and this is reversible tape, which I'm going to put here. Cut it, and then peel. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these parts off. Let me just review some of them because clearly they need to be sanded down. Yeah, both front and back. And then I'll just carefully put them here. So that way it'll be easy for me to prime and paint. No need to put them on clips and then paint them also. Because this way it's easier for me to control. I don't know if anybody has a preferred method of doing this, but this has always been my preferred method when I want to paint something where I can only grab the other side, not you know, not putting on a clip and then turning it around and it may fall off or something like that. This one, definitely need to do that a bit. I can probably put it over here, like that. So, as you can see, this is where we're going with this. There are some parts that I may have to review. Now, I have put on some parts on this right now that I've completed, like that here, and this one, the arm, I put a sticky tack in there so I can hold it into place like that. So that way it's easy for me to paint, you know, to prime and paint. Now, I've come across this one, we talked about it before. There's a seam line right there, which I've already glued. It's still a little wet. I don't want to begin sanding it down. We'll do a, because when I was snipping this, you could see the little bolt, the little hole there. Now, again, I could actually use putty here if I feel like it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to sand it down, see if I can get a good sanding coverage here. First, I'm going to put this right here. I'm just going to seal it up, but I got to be careful. I don't know if the glue came on to the side, but let me just do that. There we go. And now I'll just put hefty mat on it, and then when it dries, I'll begin sanding it down. Let me put that there. This one not to remove. Ow. But going back to some of the painting ideas, so I've been actually thinking, because there are a lot of good detail parts here, especially here in the ankle area, the knee area, this part here, which I'm going to hopefully figure out. Can I actually remove this? I don't think so. No, this is the part where I'm actually going to be. Okay, so first thing, let's remove that. We did discuss this a moment ago, or a few days ago. But we're going to talk about it again. Let me just remove. Oh, come on, get out. Get out. There we go. So now we pull that out. Now, there's a seam line right through here. Like that. I don't care about this, because this is the part, this is actually part of the design, but even if I decide to make it the same as this, you have this section here that crosses over. That kind of defeats the purpose. Furthermore, you have this part here. Let me, oops, take it off. So you have all this that is part of this. Give me a second here. I think I have a little, oh, it's right here. Right there. And I wish this could have been another way of doing this, and I did it wrong again. There we go. I wish this was like, it had a nub mark in there where you can stick it in, but I don't think that's going to be the case. So I am going to have to mask it off and paint it. It's not blasphemy, it's just a little bit of work here. Let me just grab it there for a second, and then grab the edges there. I may have to put putty on this, because sometimes, you know, when you put glue and the part warps in, then there's a problem there. But there we go. As you can see, it's bleeding out. So once it dries, I'm going to sand that part there, sand that, all that there. Then using one of the sanding papers and folding it, I'm going to sand the inside. And good, I'll be able to paint it, but then I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to do this. Do I paint this first and then the gold, or do I do the gold first and then this? I think I'm probably going to have to paint the color parts first, because the gold is the one thing that I was mentioning, where if I want to get it that nice little brilliant shine to it, the one thing I do not want to do is put masking tape over the gold parts. If I'm not mistaken, I think the gold loses its shine or its look to it once you put masking tape over it. I don't know which one of I don't know if it's the Alclad one or the Gunzu one. And I should buy gold paint, like as a whole, from another brand and try it out. Which, of course, moving on to gold, there is this beautiful trim here, as you could see. Look at all that nice little trim. It'll be a waste just to leave it alone and just paint it purple. So my idea would be, once I paint this whole thing purple, I will mask up everything and then paint the trim gold. This part will be gold. I'm thinking of painting this area gold, or maybe not, I don't know. There's nothing here that will distinguish it, but definitely this part here, this section here, all gold. That'll be good. the forearm, I think what I'm planning to do is maybe paint this little part here gold. Painted the white color tone and then paint this gold. This, on the other hand, I think I'm going to paint the, well, unfortunately the blue part is going to cover up whatever color it is. I may paint this silver and see how it looks, but gold inside may not be a wise idea. I don't know how well the color would look. I mean, if I use this as a reference, it will be a little dark. Yeah, gold within a clear blue. If it was clear, you know, that would be fine. But clear blue, not so much. Didn't think about that really. Alright, with that being said, I'm going to begin taking this whole thing apart. Oh, that's right. Let's, we talked about this before. We remove this. And I was going to get these done. Put that here, put that here. Come on, get up. Alright. Now, this. Alright. This goes there. I'm putting it on because I'm going to use it as a guide. Let me take this. I don't care if it scratches the decal. Now I'm going to remove it. As you can see there. Why they couldn't add the well, if they would have molded the seam line on this would have been perfect. However, you know what? I wasn't preparing for this, but I might as well. Give me a second here. Okay. I'm going to use this tungsten tool to allow me to scrape this, but I'm going to do it nice and slow. Oh wait, no. This is actually not going to work because there's nothing to hold it up to the side if I want to do this. Crap. I thought I had something for this. I really did. I don't have no metal tools, but I guess if I go very, very light, just go in the direction possible. I'm doing this freehand, something that I don't normally do. Alright, so I'm going to actually do this. I'm going to mark that here and mark that there as a point of reference. Alright, now, again, You see, this is not what you're not supposed to be doing if you do not have either thick tape, like tape that you normally get from a Dymo label writer, which can be purchased easily, or obviously there are specifically designed masking tapes that can be used. Doing it freehand, you do run the risk, and this is where I'm showing you what you're not supposed to be doing. I don't have the most steady hands. Alright, so I just did that right now. Let's see how I look. I'm going to remove the tape. Where's my... there we go. Come on, get out. Alright, so as you can see, the whole thing is kind of close to it, and I could probably work with it there. There is a bit of a spacing here. I know I have masking tape, a special type of tape that I have to look for. See how this will work. Come on, get out. Oops. There's a bit of it's somewhat okay. I'm going to try to clean it up a bit. Go slow on this, where the point is. And then I have other scribing tools. You know, this is the one thing that I've always wanted to do, is scribing. And I'm not the most proficient scribing person, you could say, to do this, but I have some scribing tools that will allow me. I have this one here. This one, I believe, was from Hasegawa. And I could probably go like this, because now I have something there to work with. And then just dig deep and take my time on this until I can expand it out a bit. Dig it in a little deep. This one, the tungsten tool, I got this on eBay. I don't know where, but it was a godsend because it helps me with cleaning up a few things. See, that one's a lot better now. And then if I can just try to widen a bit with this. There we go. Thanks, Bandai, for making us do all the work. so we can figure this out ourselves. I think I kind of screwed this up here, but I'll widen it up a bit more, as long as I can get a detail there. You know, unfortunately, I just kind of screwed it up, but maybe what I can do is, I mean, once I get it deep in, maybe I'll apply a little putty over it to fill in the gaps. There we go. This one I gotta figure out, but I gotta find that masking tape I do have, so I can apply it, give it a bit more, you know, light passing with the tool, expand it out, use this to even it out more, clean it up, scrape it off, then get a coarse sanding sponge and begin sanding this down to even it out. Even if it's a little bit wider, that's fine, because then it will show off the panel lining inside the wings. Alright, it's a lot of work here. Let's begin.